Honor, good morning. Richard Disanto, P33828. Today, I appear as I'm in the council on behalf with my client, my right, to plead the in time for his violent probation assessment. Please state your name, sir.
Leslie Cooper.
All right, so Mr. Cooper is currently on probation for operating while visibly impaired by alcohol, which was a reduced plea from a high BAC. And it's alleged that Mr. Cooper tested positive for alcohol on September 11th, failed to appear for testing on October 2nd. And so, counsel?
Your Honor, can I have just one brief moment with my client for something up?
Okay.
Yes. It's never good when your attorney needs a second to tell you how bad you messed up. Going to jail.
Yes, Your Honor, after speaking to my client and being advised of what's happening today, he wishes to plead guilty as charged to the violation, technical violation number 2. And Your Honor, the court's examination and we're ready to proceed.
All right, please raise your right hand. Oh,
1 second, please.
okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. All right, and sir, you heard the plea that was placed on the record, the allegations, correct?
That's correct.
As to the allegation you tested positive for alcohol September 11th of this year, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to the allegation you failed to appear for drug testing October 2nd, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice and rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Correct.
And you signed that document,
Yes.
and you read and understood each of those rights.
Yes.
And if you don't understand something, you had an opportunity to address that with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And you understand by entering into a plea, you'd be waiving your right to a contested hearing in this manner.
Correct.
And you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
Yes.
Specifically, the recommendation in this matter is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, 15 days jail, increased testing, and 30 days on the alcohol tether after jail. You understand that's the recommendation?
Yes.
Knowing all that, do you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
All right, has anybody promised anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
All right, counsel, you can please pardon your client.
Mr. Cooper, you were on probation to this court, is that correct?
Yes.
And part of your probation was to follow the court's orders and conditions, is that correct?
That is correct.
One of them was no drugs or alcohol unless specifically prescribed to you, is that correct?
Yes.
And about September 11th, 2023, did you have an opportunity to take a alcohol test?
Yes.
And on that occasion, had you consumed alcohol prior to that test?
Yes.
Right? What did you consume?
It was some type of like dessert, but it had alcohol in it. I didn't know until just recently. So,
I can't hear the last one.
sorry. No, I was saying that I had a type of dessert that had alcohol in it, so I didn't know until just recently that it did. Prior.
And you knew that any alcohol consumption was violating this court's orders, correct?
Correct.
And as far as the missed test, you told me you were on vacation on that date, so that was ordered,
Yes.
called. And had you had permission from this court to go on vacation?
Yes.
Were you supposed to call when you were on vacation to see about your testing?
Yes.
And did you do that?
I did, but I forgot to reschedule.
Satisfied.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation, indicate based upon that plea of guilty that that technical violation numbers 2 and 3 will enter. And counsel adds to the recommendation.
Your Honor, my client did 5 days in jail for first time. He didn't like it. Of course, we would hope to avoid jail this time. He's here to tell you he made a mistake, yes. He did not follow up, he's not taking it seriously enough, but I told him, being on probation is a privilege in lieu of jail and or other consequences that the court can levy. It's the court's discretion to send him to jail today. We would hope that the court, you will note that he has completed the MAD program, he has completed his workforce, he's making regular payments. Your Honor, at one time, he was on the alcohol tether for 30 days. There were no violations. Tether was removed. Which may have alleviated this if it was kept on, but we're asking today either to put on the tether or give him some type of alternative that he can have in lieu of jail, Your Honor, but he's willing to do whatever the court says. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
Okay, so, sir, you tested on September 11th, correct?
Correct.
Which was a Monday. And did you test in the morning or the evening?
Morning.
And when did you have this fancy dessert with the alcohol?
It was Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
And what dessert was it?
Honestly, I really couldn't tell you. It's so long ago, I couldn't tell you
Was
what
it
it is.
tiramisu? Was it?
I mean, it was just in a cup, like in a bowl type.
Terry Jubilee.
And
Bananas Foster, does that have alcohol in it? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know I had like a banana flavor in there, but yeah, I really couldn't tell you what the dessert name was.
Okay, and so you ordered the dessert
Yes.
and you were at a restaurant?
Yes.
And so when you were looking at the dessert menu, it explained what was in there.
Yes.
Okay, and so I'm sure it explained in there what the
Yeah.
ingredients were, one of which was alcohol of some nature,
Yeah.
correct? And you still ordered it anyway,
Yes.
okay. And you want me to believe that that one dessert that had the alcohol in it still caused you to have a positive result at 693 nanograms per milliliter 2 days later?
Yes, because I don't drink because I don't want to go back to jail. I'm not trying to be back on the tether.
Okay. Well, I hear what you're saying about not drinking, but tell me about your pending OWI charges that you have in this city.
That I really can't go into too much depth about.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but you have pending OWI charges
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the date of that offense?
That was the day of the 30th.
September 30th?
Yeah.
So just 10 days ago,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you just made the statement that you don't drink.
Yeah.
You have a positive alcohol test from September 11th, and you have pending OWI charges that are alleging that you consumed alcohol
Right.
again,
That's correct.
while you're on probation for operating while impaired. And one of your probation conditions was mandatory jail for any violations.
Yep.
Which you did 5 days from your violation, April 27th. And what was that violation? Do you recall?
The date you said? Tell me, what was that one?
The last violation you had in
Yeah,
April.
the last violation in April was, because there was, alcohol and something that I consumed.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing from you is that you're not taking accountability for your actions. All right, I understand you're pleading guilty to the violation today, I understand that. But the time in April for your violation,
Yes.
and now this time, you're indicating there's alcohol in something that you consumed.
Yes.
You're not indicating I consumed alcohol. Even if what you're stating is true, you knew what the ingredients were in the dessert and you still ordered it. But also, in my experience, it has been, if you're eating a dessert that has alcohol in it as part of the dessert, it is not very likely to still appear 2 days later for your testing. And so, taking that with what the pending OWI charges are, again, this court has concerns with your ability to stay sober from alcohol. So therefore, the court is going to adopt the recommendation in full. You're to continue and complete all terms of probation. You're to pay a $50 probation violation fee, 15 days jail. The court's going to increase your testing upon your release, and then upon your release, you are to have an alcohol tether for 30 days. And this does not address the new charges that are pending, and if there's any violation from that. So you're going to be going today to jail for 15 days.
Okay.
Your Honor, could I add something? Mike? Your Honor?
Okay,
Your Honor, my client tells me he works 3 jobs. Home Depot, Bell Tire, and he does landscape. Of course, those jobs are not gonna be there when he gets out. Is there any way we can have a few days to get his affairs in order, tell his bosses, and then report back on another date?
not this time, counsel. The court has some serious concerns with your client's ability to stay sober and follow the court's requirements. So not this time. The court gave your client time last time to report, which I don't have any information that he didn't report. But no, not this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I grab my jacket.
You can have Officer Mathers can grab the jacket for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Whose phone is that?
It's all.
It's not off. If I heard it, it's not off. Turn it off, please.
Grab the hat and gloves too.
Sir, please
Have
go
a seat in the
outside to
lobby.
turn that out, to turn that off.
Well, go in the lobby and figure out how to turn it off.
Good morning, Mr. Gardner.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, I am sad to report my client is not going to be here today because of a doctor's issue. I was out of town all last week in Ireland for a wedding. She emailed me yesterday with the information, and I have no other explanation for her presence other than the fact that she has some blood test results that are extremely distressing. Her hemoglobin test, it should be in the 12s, it's 10.5. She has another blood issue that should be in the between the high 30s, it's 31. She's at a gastroenterologist right now. She had a full-blown hysterectomy after the last court appearance, and aside from that, I have no other explanation for her absence. I will point out, John, this was an old case. She came in voluntarily on this, and she admitted to the offenses. I asked the court for some additional consideration. It's a stretch, I know, but for an adjourned sentencing date.
Well, if I recall correct, can you give me the Miller file, please? If I recall correctly, we adjourned it for quite a while from the last time, but let me just,
Is that what she had? She had the hysterectomy, Your Honor, right after our last court appearance. And that was,
okay. This is August 1st. She entered into a plea. We scheduled sentencing for September 6th. We did not hold the sentencing September 6th because she was in the hospital for some pre-op prep. So we adjourned it to today's date. And
she was pre-op prep for that, and she stayed in the hospital and had the surgery the following day. I believe.
Right, I recall that. And so, so now there's a request to adjourn this even further.
She was going, my understanding,
Because she
or,
had a doctor appointment.
right, and that's, again, part of it's on me. I was out of the country. I didn't get the message till I got back in the office on late. I didn't see it till Tuesday, yesterday. So,
Okay, and so what time was her appointment?
I believe it was this morning about 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't have the exact time.
Okay, well, can you please get in touch with her, because then she can come in. She can come in after her appointment is done.
Your Honor, my only dilemma today is at 2 o'clock, I have in St. Clair Shores an arraignment.
Okay, well, I would presume if her appointment was at 9, she would be done by now. Or even if it was at 10, she could still be here by 11:30. And then that would still get you to St. Clair Shores for your 2 o'clock.
I understand, Your Honor. Let me attempt to reach her. I shall. Thank you for your consideration on that. I appreciate
Okay,
that.
thank you.
I will contact probation, let her know what's going on. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Over now.
20 minutes later.
City of Wyandotte for Shannon Miller, 174613 and 174614.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Gary Garden, P33729, on behalf of defendant Shannon Miller's present to my left.
All right, thank you. And ma'am, your name, please. All right, thank you. Okay, so today's the date scheduled for sentencing in this matter, and counsel, I appreciate you getting in touch with your client and making sure that she was here for her sentencing, as we had previously adjourned it for her surgery.
Understood. Let me kind of give a little timeline now that I've got a better.
Yes.
I had blood test last on the 2nd of October. We got the results on Friday, the 6th. And that was an indication she had to go in for an appointment today with the gastroenterologist. As I indicated during the Zoom hearing, her hemoglobin should be between 12.1 and 15. It's 10.5. There's another, the RBC, it's below the normal range. Her MCH, whatever that is, it's 27, should be 28 to 33, and her MCHC is also low. She went in for tests this morning, and she found she has another blood test this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Part of the pre-sentence investigation indicates she has PCOS, and I've learned from her that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. She had the hysterectomy, like I said before, after the last hearing, before the sentencing. She went in, and we adjourned it because she went in. She's going to be facing more surgeries. She has a list of medications that would, it's a big list. She's in severe pain. She has anemia. She's very pale today, and a lot of pain. She has oxycodone, which she takes. She has Roboxin. She has hydrocodone for pain. I don't know if that's Norco. She has Zofran. She has Xanax. Mycostatin. She has ferrous sulfate, which is an iron thing help with the low blood values, prenatal fumarate for again for the blood issues. She has Ambien, anxiety. She has hydrocodone, another Norco prescription. Nystatin powder. There's a surgery scar that you have to put the medication on. She also has Mirzapine, Mirtazapine, for Remeron, whichever that is. Zyrtec, capsaicin, which is Zostrix maximum strength. It also has Ondansetron, ONDANSETRON, which is Zofran again, and a multivitamin for all those things. So she has a whole litany of medications that she's on. Just found out today also that her daughter, who's 10, is also been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. So this is the thing that runs in her family. With regard to the PSI itself, Your Honor, she corrections on it. She does not attend Detroit College of Business. That has now been merged with Davenport University. She attended, but she did not receive a degree. She was employed part-time at Dearborn Farm Market. She can't go back at least till the end of this month. She's on restrictions for lifting less than 10 pounds. Her phone number also in the report is incorrect. Her other phone broke. The new phone number that she has on the record.
No, that's great. She can just provide that to probation.
Gotcha. So all of those things, Your Honor, and as I said during the Zoom hearing, she did come in voluntarily. There's a bunch of warrants. She got picked up in Lincoln Park. She did 5 days waiting for a tether. That got her attention. She's been off the tether for a while. She's complied with all the conditions. He retained me, but not paid me a lot so far to try to clear up the rest of the warrants. We came to this court voluntarily to clear up this warrant. The warrants that she has are for traffic matters mostly. And we're asking the court to take all of the above into consideration and consider not having an incarceration because of, one, her voluntary appearance, number two, her medical condition. Withdraw herself on the court for that issue.
Okay. So there are 14 warrants that your client has. And misdemeanor for traffic offense. So that could be driving unsuspended. I mean, it could be even operating while intoxicated. I don't know. It's a misdemeanor traffic offense.
Which court is that, Your Honor? I do have most of those.
And there's a civil infraction with that one, or in another one. So there's three from the same day. No, sorry. The two traffic offenses are separate from the traffic misdemeanor. Then we have a dangerous drugs out of Dearborn. Possession of controlled substance, failed to appear for arraignment. Driver license suspended out of Dearborn, same date as the possession. And then out of the 28th District Court, retail fraud, failed to appear for pretrial, pretrial. That one. It shows that there's two on the same date. Two different court cases, court dates, but dates of warrants. In fact, one of the second warrant for the retail fraud is from the case number from 2010. Then there's a felony fraud warrant out of Allen Park. The date of that warrant was August 21st. So that's a new case. A felony, financial transaction device, stealing, retained without consent.
Not aware of that one.
No, that's the one that got picked up, remember, the judge, but the detective went and arrested the other lady. She was trying to pin it on, she was having to go in and her thing.
That needs to be addressed, Your Honor. We're aware of that, but there was some discussion with the detective that someone was using traffic.
Then there's a traffic offense warrant for failing to appear for driving license suspended out of Farmington. And then there's a civil infraction with that one as well. Another one out of Allen Park for retail fraud in 2012, it looks like. Driving license suspended out of 2014 out of Allen Park. Improper plate out of Allen Park. And another traffic offense, which quite honestly could be another driving license suspended. Oh no, that says no insurance. So counsel, here's kind of where, well, I can appreciate that your client came in and decided to take care of matters. At the end of the day, there has to be some consequences, right? So I understand she did 5 days, but she clearly isn't a candidate for probation because she can't even appear in court, so I don't even know that she's going to comply with any probation conditions. And
I will apply, I'm trying.
but man, I understand that, but ma'am, You have a current felony warrant out for your arrest out of Allen Park.
See, I didn't know nothing about it. See, what happened is out of Allen Park with Lincoln Park, the detective, he dropped it. The reason why I got picked up is the lady, she actually got arrested. She was sending me in, she's an older lady, to the Meyer to get gift cards for her with her credit card. And she couldn't breathe, she has COPD. And the detective, I can't remember his name, but he dropped the case. He says, no, I'm not gonna charge you. And her husband went to Allen Park and did the same thing, because she had to go in 2 different Myers, one in Allen Park and one in Lincoln Park, 2 different Myers. So I didn't even know nothing about this Lincoln Park, Allen Park one. But she actually, Patricia Miorelli, was arrested. And I don't know exactly what happened with her. And I do have a blood transfusion at 2 o'clock today. I'm not well, and I have a cyst on my spleen. I have all the documentation here, and I promise to deal with everything, Gary. I'm trying to clean up my life, and I haven't done anything.
I can understand that, ma'am.
And I'm just really ill, and like standing here right now, I had to get blood I can show you my appointment at 2 o'clock. Supposed to get 2 pints.
I'm going to order 60 days jail. We're going to do a jail review, so we're going to suspend the jail. And then I'm going to have you do your testing, going to do testing. I also am having a condition of you not going to jail for you to clear up your warrants. Because 14 warrants is absolutely unacceptable. There's absolutely no reason for that. And
I was going through a lot of like during them portions back then, and I admit that things were wrong back then, but.
Yeah,
that's
since
why-
you have a ride here today, you're
and
welcome to drive.
my mom, I don't drive, my mother or my fiance drives me around. I have a 10-year-old daughter that just got diagnosed with the same thing that I have, and pretty devastated about it. And I gotta see endocrinologist with her in 2 weeks.
and so how are you supporting yourself and your daughter?
Right now, my fiance is supporting me until I can go back to work, but I cannot, due to the nature of my job, I cannot lift over 10 pounds, and I work behind the deli at your farm market. So it's a lot of lifting.
Well, and maybe a different job that you end up obtaining so that you don't have to do lifting. I don't know.
My doctor won't, I asked her to release me even to do, because we're short cash register ladies. They won't let me stand due to my blood. They said until they get my blood up. Because right now, even though I'm standing here, I'm like that.
I understand. Okay.
Hopefully they'll release me after the 26th.
Okay. We're going to indicate the following fines and costs, which obviously you're going to need time to pay, so I'm not indicating they're going to be paid today. $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, cost of prosecution $200, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, for a total of $725. The one bond you posted in 2018 had been forfeited, and you did post. Did you post a subsequent bond? Oh, your mom. Who's Ruby Miller?
My mom,
Okay. Did she post another bond?
yes,
Is she willing to apply that bond to your fines and costs or no?
she's outside.
Okay, then she'll have to come in. And what was the cost of that bond? Okay, so this is something that was posted recently this year, or is this the one from 2017 that your mom, or 2018 your mom posted?
2018, I haven't been arrested.
No, okay, so then there isn't, that bond is forfeited. Okay, so I will indicate, Do you think that you can start making payments of $50 a month in December 1st?
Yes.
Okay. $50 per month.
Actually, I have to pay off my Lincoln Park one that week, so 2 weeks after that, could I do it the second week in December?
The 15th. I'll say the 12th. That's when your jail review will be, so we'll see. We'll do the 12th, okay? All right. All right, ma'am, please stop over probation. And one of the conditions is to clear up your warrants.
And we will start making progress on that. If we demonstrate progress, we're gonna go get them all.
Well, I understand, but there needs to be some very, very diligent efforts to clear up those warrants.
What time on the 12th, you're on?
9 a.m. Does that work for your calendar, Council?
At this moment, it does.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. And then please stop over at probation.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, and then.